Hey guys, this is part 3 and how to get started programming in Python. If you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, I've left a link in the description on part 1 and part 2. Do not forget to check the part 1 and part 2 or else you won't be able to uh, um, keep on going with part 3 and you won't be able to understand properly what is going on part 3. So definitely watch part 1 and part 2. In this video we'll be talking about strings as well. In this course I'm going to be talking to you guys about strings. You guys might be wondering what is string. Well, basically string is just plain text that we print out in the bar over here, and also the print statement that we type over here can be also be stored in strings. So in this course I'm going to be talking to you guys the different things that we can do using strings. So let's get started. So let me first print out a string over here and show you. So over here in my Python folder I have written a string, as you can see over here, and now you might be noticing that there is nothing written in between the parentheses, as you can see. Well, now we are going to type a string in between the parentheses, and also in order to create a string you have to type quotation marks inside of the parentheses, like I've done over here on my screen. As you can see, I have typed quotation marks in the parentheses. Now inside of the quotation marks we can type whatever text we want. So for supposing we can type coding labs inside of the quotation marks, like I have done over here on my screen. As you can see, I have typed coding labs. Now if I run the program over here by clicking this button over here, it will show whatever you have typed in the parentheses over here, exactly over here on the console over here. So now since we have this new string, we can do all sorts of cool stuff using this string. So let me show you. First, what we can do is we can create a new line inside of the string. That is the same thing that I have done here. So let me tell you what I have written here. I have typed in \n, as you can see over here on my screen. Now you guys might be thinking, why is the \n in a different color? Well, that means that we can insert a new line into the string. Now we will run the program and I'll show you what happens. Well, basically when I run the program, it will show you coding in a different context and labs in a different context. So let me just hit run over here by clicking this icon, and as you can see, coding is in a different context and labs is in a different context. And in addition to \n, we can also put quotation marks, but we just can't put quotation marks like I've done here on my screen. Like you can see, I just put quotation marks over here. I can't just put a quotation mark over here because Pythoners will be thinking that I'm just trying to end off this coding over this word over here by just putting a quotation mark, and also Python will give me an error. For us to include the quotation marks, we have to use this special backslash character, and this is called the escape character. And this just basically tells Python that every character comes Now let me just run the program and show you what happens. And as you can see, we try to type the quotation marks in between, so whatever we wanted to type has exactly come over here on the console. In addition to just typing out a string here, I could also create a string variable. So on top of the print statement, I have created a variable. As you can see over here on my screen, I have just named it as phrase over here. Then equal to symbol I have typed. Then I have just copied whatever I have typed in the second line. As you can, before in the second line there was coding labs, so I have just copied it and pasted it on the first line over here. So now I can store this string value inside of a variable called phrase, as you can see over here on my screen. And now when I want to print this variable, I can just print out the name phrase. I'll just show you. So I'm just going to copy this name phrase from here. Paste it over here. Now let me run the program and show you what happens. And as you can see, whatever if you want to print this phrase, so the value that has been stored in phrase is exactly being displayed over here on the console. So if you want, you can change it, change this coding labs thing even to something. So let me just show you that. Just delete all this. If I want, I can even type Rehan, SANA. Now if I run it, will show the same thing. See, I also can use a thing called concatenation, and concatenation is basically the process of taking a string and appending another string into it. So I can come over here and I could save phrase, and I can say plus, and I can add in another string. So I could say like PyCharm is cool. So let me just type that down. So if I run this program, it will show whatever is stored in phrase, and also it will display PyCharm is cool. So let me just run this program and show you. And as you can see, whatever is stored in phrase has also been displayed, and also PyCharm is cool is also being displayed. And in addition to doing all that stuff, we can also use a special thing is called a function. And a function is basically just a little block of code that we can run, and it will perform a specific operation for us. So we can use the function to modify our string, and also we can get information about our string. So I'm going to show you guys a couple common functions we can use with the strings, and they are actually going to do awesome stuff. So in order to access one of these functions, I can just say phrase, and then I can say phrase, and I'm going to show you a function that we can use to convert this string entirely into lowercase, so I could just say phrase dot lower, and I'm going to want to type an open and close parentheses, as you can see over here on my screen. And this will take this phrase, and it will take my string, and it will convert it into lowercase. So you can see now just have Rehan and Sana. So let me just run this program, and as you can see it only displays Rehan and Sana, and also this is only lowercase. I could also do the same thing for uppercase. So for us to convert it to uppercase, we have to type in phrase dot upper, and this will convert it to uppercase. So let me just run this program and show you. So as you can see, this Rehan Sana has been entirely turned into uppercase. So in addition to converting it into uppercase and lowercase, I can also check to see if it is entirely uppercase or entirely lowercase. So let me show you how to do it. So for example, if I could say phrase dot upper, and this is going to give me back a true or false value. So it will be true if it's entirely uppercase, if it's and it will show me false if it's entirely not uppercase. So now let me run this, and let's check if it's actually uppercase, if it's a true uppercase or a false uppercase. So let me just run this. So as you can see, it says it is false. I can also use this function in combination with each other. So for example, I could say phrase dot upper, and then a parenthesis, and then after this I can say dot upper, and now what it's going to do is it's going to run this upper function. It's going to convert it into uppercase, and then it's going to run this is upper function right after that, and now we will get true. So let me just run it and show you. And as you can see, it says true right here. I will show you another one, which is we can also figure out the length of this string. So if I want to figure out how many characters were inside of this string, I could just say len, and I am actually going to make an open parenthesis and a close parenthesis. So I am essentially saying len, and this is another function. It is the length function, and inside of this length function I am actually passing this phrase variable, and I am basically giving the length function this, and it is going to spit out a number. So tell me how many characters are inside of the string. So let me just run this program and show you. and as you can see, there are 10 characters inside of this particular string.